Hi everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Annelies and today I will be going through some Zara fragrances that I personally feel are perfect for fall. We are October now, so fall has definitely started and I couldn't be more thrilled. I love fall. I love everything that has to do with coziness. I love the crisp air in the mornings. I love how the bugs have all just left the building and how the colorful leaves have made their entry. I won't be talking about how much I love fall for too long, but of course, a new season means new fragrances, and today I thought it would be fun to explore some Zara fragrances that are just perfect for fall. If you're like me and you love Zara fragrances, feel free to subscribe to my channel. I have several other Zara fragrance review videos up already. That's always a mouthful. And I am planning on releasing a bunch more. So of course you can wear any fragrance at any time of the year. But I just selected some fragrances of which I feel are really capturing that fall essence, you know. So let's just start with the first one, and that is Sand Desert at Sunset. By the way, I'm using a new camera. I finally invested in an actual camera for my YouTube channel instead of just filming with my iPhone. And I'm hoping I'm doing everything right. So if you're noticing something that, you know, this camera has like a gazillion settings and I know nothing about it. So if you have some tips or you're noticing something on the screen that I can, you know, alter in the settings, feel free to let me know. But yeah, back to the review. So this is Sand Desert at Sunset. This is actually a fragrance from the men's department of Zara, but it is perfectly unisex. You can wear it as a woman as well. And to me, this really is fall in a bottle. So in short, this is a dupe for Kilian's Angel Share, a very well-known niche fragrance, very expensive, at least where I live, but I think it's expensive everywhere. But it smells super nice. It smells like a boozy, praline, apple, crumble pie. Very nice, very fall-like. And this, I'm not saying it's a 100% spot-on dupe. I don't own Kilian's Angel Share, so I don't know the fragrance well enough to really compare them side by side, but I have smelt it before and I think it's close enough to be called a dupe. So like I said, it's a warm, praline, gourmand, very sweet and warm, spicy fragrance. Zara actually also released just a few weeks ago. They also released a very similar scent called Nocturnal Life. This one is to be found in the women's department, and it is actually very similar to this one. The only differences between those two is that I feel Nocturnal Life, I also have a review about it, by the way. I will link it up on the screen and down below in the description. But in short, I think Nocturnal Life is just a little bit more feminine and a little bit more, like a little bit more sweet, a little bit more perfumey, which makes it a little bit more feminine. But honestly, they're pretty similar. So if you have that one, you don't need this one, and vice versa. And honestly, if I had known that Nocturnal Life was going to be released, I would not have bought this one because I do slightly prefer Nocturnal Life, but they are both really great. As you can see, this is a big bottle. I think they also have them in little 30 ml bottles, but this is 100 ml and it is eau de parfum, and projection and longevity are pretty great with this one. I read in some reviews that people weren't too happy about the performance. I do not agree. On me, this really lasts for many hours, so I'm not mad about the performance at all. So yeah, I think this is the perfect one to start off this list because it's just, it could not be more fall appropriate than this one. It is fantastic, but you have to like gourmands. Personally, I'm not even the biggest gourmand lover, but if there's a time in the year that I wear gourmands, it's in the fall. Everything is just so pumpkin, maple syrup, you know, we're baking again, we're making stews again, like everything is very food centered in fall. Well, not everything, but I don't know, just more than other seasons I have the impression. So that is when I can appreciate a nice gourmand, and this one, yeah, it's very nice and perfect for fall. So again, that was sand desert at sunset. Now on to the next one. We have this one, which is called Fields at Nightfall. And as you may or may not already know, this is a dupe for Zadig and Voltaire's This Is Her, which is basically a creamy, feminine sandalwood. So this one as well, it has notes of praline. Wait, does it have praline? Yeah, it has praline. So this has notes of praline, jasmine, and sandalwood. I think they released this one last year in 2022, maybe the year before that. No, actually, I think it might be 2021, but this is really nice. Now, I have to be honest, this was not really a love at first sniff because I had never really smelled anything like it. I discovered this one before I discovered the Zadig and Voltaire one, and it was just something, yeah, I didn't like, oh, sandalwood, this was like way back when I just started getting into fragrances. So it was a little bit weird to me at first, but it has really grown on me ever since. And I've never actually gotten a bottle, but it stayed in my mind quite a long time. And last week I was at Zara's and I was already thinking about making this video, and I saw it and I just thought, you know what, I'm just gonna grab it. One, it's perfect for the video, and two, I'm actually really, if you can't stop thinking about a certain fragrance, you know, at some point you're just gonna have to bite the bullet and buy it. And especially this is super budget friendly, so I don't know why I waited this long. But yeah, that is Fields at Nightfall. Performance, you know, if you know the Zara fragrances, you know that they have some really strong ones, and then they have some moderate performing ones. And they're usually the ones in these bottles, these super simple, you know, Zara original bottles. Very often they don't really last. This one is actually fine. Personally, I think this is just average performing, like just, you know, it's not a beast, it's not beast mode, but it's definitely not very short-living. Like it's fine. I actually wore this the other day for the first time and I was really enjoying it. It's super cozy. You know, I bought this nice cozy sweater. I don't know why, but a nice cozy sweater makes all the fall fragrances smell even better. And that rhymes. But yeah, I was wearing this and the longevity was actually impressing me because it's one of these Zara original fragrances that usually tend to not last very long. So all in all, very happy with this purchase and a perfect scent for fall. Okay, so for the next fragrance, again, I have one from the men's department, but again, it is perfectly unisex, and that is Zara's tobacco collection, and this one is called Rich Warm Addictive. This is a pretty popular one. You may have seen this one in other review videos already because a lot of people really love it, and I'm one of those people. It is a very boozy, sweet, extremely fall and winter type of scent. It has notes of tobacco, honey, vanilla, and rum. It was released in 2016, and this tobacco line actually has several other perfumes that I haven't tried yet. Now that I have this one, I'm kind of eager to try the other ones as well, but I've chosen this one to blind buy, because I did blind buy this one, but it got so much hype that I felt like it was pretty safe. And if you're into very boozy, sweet fragrances, then it is a safe blind buy, but just be aware, it's very sweet, it's very boozy, and it's unisex, so it's not extremely feminine, but I think it goes well for both men and women. Also, I have noticed in many review videos about this one that a lot of people are complaining about the performance. Me personally, I gave this a try the other day and I don't have any performance issues at all. I didn't have any performance issues at all. I thought it performed really well. It was just average performing. I kind of almost want to say a little bit on the strong side. That's maybe just because it's so sweet and I don't really have a lot of very sweet fragrances, so maybe that's why I could smell it for a longer time, just because I'm not used to sweet fragrances or something. But honestly, no performance issues on me whatsoever. I had a super nice warm scent bubble around me that lasted several hours. I don't know exactly how many hours, but it was nice. Maybe you're gonna need to overspray this. I didn't have to, but yeah. Also, this has a lot of vanilla, so I do think that after letting it macerate, it will only get stronger. I'm not sure, don't quote me on this, but I have a feeling that by the winter time or even by next year's fall, this is gonna be a lot stronger. But again, I'm already liking the performance as it is, so I'm not mad about it at all. If you've tried the other ones from this line, please let me know in the comments because I kind of want to try them, but you know, I never hear anything being said about them, so I'm curious, but also I'm like waiting it out because I don't want to blind buy something that may disappoint. So let me know in the comments if you've tried those. But yeah, that was Rich, Warm, Addictive. Next up in this list is my personal favorite. I think this is my #1 favorite fragrance from all the Zara fragrances, and that is Golden Decade. So this is a dupe for YSL's Libre Intense. I think this was released also in 2021. I'm not sure, but this was a love at first sniff. I adore this fragrance. It is long lasting, it is warm, it is sultric. If you don't know what it smells like, it's basically a lavender, orange blossom, and vanilla scent, but it has such richness. It smells so, I think it smells expensive, it smells luxurious. I adore it. This is one that I want to own for life, and besides this big 80 ml bottle, I have 2 other big 80 ml backup bottles in my drawer upstairs. So I think I'm good for now. But yeah, I plan on wearing the ish out of this fall, also this winter, because you know, a lot of these are suitable for fall, but most fall fragrances, personally, I feel are also fine in winter. But this one, I was sort of waiting till the summer finished so I could dive into my fall fragrances. And especially this one, I missed it. I'm gonna wear this so often. I love it. It's a huge compliment getter. And I know not everybody loves the Libre DNA, but I really, really love it. And yeah, it's a lifer for me, and for me it's perfect for fall. Zara actually released a winter edition of this fragrance. I have made a video where I compared the winter edition to the original. If you want to watch it, I will put it up on the screen and down below in the description. But yeah, this one, look at this color, the color of this juice. Oh, I'm sorry, I love it. It's my favorite. I'm keeping this for life. But yeah, that is Golden Decade. Next up is also a favorite of mine. It might be my second favorite from all the Zara fragrances, and it's a release from this year, 2023, and that is Tuesday Totally Terrific. So this is a fragrance from the Weekly Mood collection. They released that collection a few months ago, and I think, I'm actually pretty sure they're already discontinuing it. So if you're watching this video and you want to try this one, I think you're gonna have to be quick because it was already discounted on the website. And I used that opportunity to get me a backup bottle because this one is so extremely addictive to me. By the way, I'm sorry for the shameless self-promotion, but I did review this one and this entire line as well. I will put the link up on the screen and down below in the description. But yeah, this is a sweet whipped cream scent with some iris and some cardamom. And I don't know what it is, but somehow I'm getting sort of a super nice smokiness. So there's a combination of sweetness from the whipped cream and then smokiness from the, I think it's from the cardamom and the iris. I don't know how those two make for a smoky scent, but to me it does, and that combination somehow really works. I adore this fragrance. I have worn quite a lot already. Let me show you my dent. Doesn't look like a big dent, but you know, it's a big bottle. Wait, let me just turn it around. So I've been wearing this around the house. This is the ultimate cozy scent to me. Yeah. Love, 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 love it. It's very unique. I don't know any other fragrance that smells like this, but I saw a Fragrantica that it got compared to a fragrance by Louboutin. The red bottle, I don't remember the name, but you can find it on Fragrantica, or I will put it up on the screen. But I've never smelled that one before. I don't know where to go and smell it. I don't know where it's available, but apparently this one smells like that. And I don't know, it's just an amazing fragrance. It is slightly unisex, but personally, I still think this is leaning more towards the feminine side. Now, the performance on this one, unfortunately, is pretty bad. I'm not gonna lie, it's not a great performer. You do need to reapply every 3 hours or so, so that's pretty abysmal. But you know what? I refuse to own fragrances that have bad longevity or projection, but I do make an exception for Zara fragrances because one, they're cheap. I mean, I paid this one 20 euros and my backup bottle was only 13 euros. So that's super budget friendly. I can always decant and bring a little decant with me if I'm going out. But for now, I've only been wearing this at home and yeah, I just reapply throughout the day. I really love this fragrance. I drowse myself in it whenever I wear it. It gets in my sweater. I catch myself sniffing my own sweater all the time. Absolute love for me. And that was Tuesday Totally Terrific. Next up, also a 2023 release, and that is from the Minimal collection. I also made a video about that. You know where to find the links. But this one is called Splendid Bronze. Honestly, this is perfect for winter as well, like most of these again. But yeah. I'm also gonna make a winter Zara fragrance video probably in December, and I'm probably gonna include this one as well because I do think it's very wintry as well, but it's also perfect for fall. It is a dupe for Mugler's Alien, and in my review of the Minimal collection, where I also reviewed this one, I noticed a lot of people telling me that it's more of a dupe for Alien Absolue, which is a flanker, which got discontinued. I'd never had the opportunity to smell that one, but I only owned Alien by Mugler, the original, but I did own the original. So before L'Oreal messed it up. So back when it was still Thierry Mugler and back when it was still really good. And this is very similar to that one. It is not bad performing. I would say this is an average performer, whereas my original Alien was just a beast. It's very bold, warm, sexy jasmine scent. This one is a little bit more toned down, let's say. It's a little bit more of a quiet type of Alien. So if you like Alien, but you think it's just a little bit too much, give this one a try. So like I said, if you don't know what Alien smells like, it's a jasmine heavy fragrance, but don't really look at this one as just a white floral, because I know a lot of people don't like white florals anymore. I love white florals. It's so weird to me that a lot of people hate them, but yeah, each to their own. but I would not really classify this as a typical white floral fragrance. I think this is a lot more dark, and you know, there's something very, like I said, it's just sexy, it's sultric, it's like, it's a perfect evening scent, you know, to go out or to have dinner with your significant other or friends or whatever. It doesn't matter who you have dinner with, but I do think you can wear this in the daytime, but it's a little bit more of a nighttime scent to me, and it just performs the best in colder weather. Fall isn't really cold yet, but you know, it's a little bit more, it's starting to get a little bit chilly out, and that's when this one is really nice. So I had to include it in this list. So yeah, that is Splendid Bronze. Now for the next one, unfortunately, I don't have my bottle anymore, and I will explain to you why that is. But the next one I think really belongs in this list is Gardenia. Now, Gardenia is a dupe for YSL's Black Opium, which I know has a lot of haters, but also it's one of the most sold, like it's one of the most popular fragrances of the 2010s probably. So, you know, whenever something is super, super popular, then it gets a little bit of a hate trail as well, because people may be a little bit sick of smelling it. Nevertheless, you know, it's personally, I really think it's a very nice scent. Now, the reason I don't have it in my collection anymore is because I used to own it. I don't remember exactly when that was. I'm thinking, how old was I? I was somewhere in my mid to late 20s. That is some years ago, and I was not into fragrances at that point at all, and also I didn't want to spend money on fragrances. So one day I was just at Zara's, and I was waiting at the cash registry, and you know, they have the fragrance bottles there, and I think I just gave them a sniff and thought, oh, this smells nice, I'm gonna take it with me. And that was probably the only fragrance that I wore for an entire year or so. I didn't really think about it too much, but I liked it. I wore it. The bottle has been finished a long time ago already. And yeah, I think it's a nice fragrance, but because I wore it such a long time, I don't need it in my collection anymore. I do feel like I've outgrown it a little bit. But you know, I think it still belongs in this list because Black Opium is pretty much a, well, or Gardenia is pretty much a white floral fragrance, very crowd pleasing, and it has a coffee note. So that coffee does make it a little bit more fall appropriate. I don't know, but you know, I drink coffee all seasons round, but in the fall, that coffee just hits me harder, it hits me better. And I think just a nice, easygoing coffee floral scent is always nice. I think it has some vanilla in it as well. I also would say that it's a very safe blind buy, especially for beginners. If you're watching this video and you're just like, okay, I'm just starting to get to know fragrances a little bit, like I don't even know where to start, I think Gardenia is a pretty safe blind buy. I think it's very crowd pleasing, it is pleasant. I find it very hard to hate, and I think most of the haters don't really hate the scent. I think they're just sick of smelling it, because I think probably in the 2010s, I think a lot of people wore it because it was so popular, and I think a lot of people are just a little bit over it. But nevertheless, it's still a nice scent. So yeah. So that was my fall fragrance list from Zara. These fragrances to me are just perfect to really grasp that fall vibe. Of course, there are many other fragrances that you can perfectly wear in fall, but you know, I think these, even the colors, I mean, look at them. I mean, is it me, or, you know, they're all like in a fall color theme thing going on. So I would love to hear your thoughts on these fragrances. Have you tried these already? Have you owned them? Do you like them or do you not like them? And do you agree with me thinking these are perfect for fall? I would love to hear all about it. Let me know in the comments. And again, don't forget to subscribe and give this video a thumbs up. And I hope to see you for the next one. Have a happy fall, guys. Bye.